I mean, that'll get done. I think verifying that somebody is legit is an actual good business practice.
Yes, I
I
agree.
mean, there's nothing for us to prove that we have on our end. We have a platform. We're a platform. We're intermediary between people and businesses and other people. I think that's our duty to make sure that if we're sending people through, that they're not getting scammed, that people are who they say they are. Because the bigger we get, ultimately, I mean, the liability could be on us.
Yeah.
So that's something that is our due diligence to do. Because yeah, they may come after them, but they're going to come after the platform who told them that these people were legit or hosted these people. Because ultimately, we would be responsible. So yeah, but as far as the data goes, definitely look into, because I want to hear the numbers, because I definitely want to be able to I want to be able to break down uh, just what we're going to be able to capture, right? I want to break that down because ultimately, like I said, we want to target people 35 and up. Really, 40 and up is the sweet spot. 40 and up is the sweet spot because these are people who should statistically have a home, should statistically have a 401k, already have been saving, on track to retirement, and definitely the 50 plus crowd. Those are people who've already retired from the military. Hell, 40s, if they started in their 20s, then definitely somebody who's 40 something can already be retired from the military if they did their 25 years already. But I want to make sure that we're targeting the right people. And like you brought up Malta, I don't know Malta's visa processes or what their residency program is like, but I think it is on the expensive side.
That's why they work with high net worth and ultra high
Right.
net worth.
A lot of the European countries now, it's very expensive. I think Portugal was one of the cheaper accesses. I think also maybe Spain. Those are things that we need to look into. But I think just recently Portugal changed some of their visa requirements, residency requirements, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. So sure, we don't like we're targeting high net worth individuals. At the same time, we don't want to cancel out people who you know feel like they can still do it, right? And that's where we get into, they may not be high net worth individuals. Maybe they're producing some income online, right? Maybe they got an online store. Maybe they're an entrepreneur, right? They may not be making 100K, a quarter mil plus every year, but they make enough to meet some of the thresholds. Like let's say for an example, Colombia, right? Colombia's threshold for the digital nomad visa, I think is around, I think it's 2 times the minimum wage for Colombia, which I think it puts you at around maybe $1,200 per month for their digital nomad visa. And also Mauritius actually has a good program as well, which I just looked into the other day. So they give you a whole year visa for their digital nomad program, and I think it's around the same thing. I think it's around $1,000 to $1,800 you need to be making per month, and it's very fast as well. You apply online, show your proof online where your money is coming from, then you get your visa approved. So things like that, like there is a way for there is an entry point for like people who may not have that substantial wealth. So I don't want to just say like, oh, we're not dealing with anybody who doesn't have any substantial assets.
We basically need to make a separation though.
Correct. But
Between those that have the funds and can really go that higher route,
Right.
and the ones who may need to go the digital nomad route who
Right.
don't have that. Okay.
But however, like our focus is high net worth individuals, like people who already have it, because it's basically you meet us, at least meet us halfway, kind of thing, versus trying to pull little small hairs out, trying to get people barely qualified and stuff like that. So yeah.
Okay, because the finances is the base of even being able to relocate in the first place.
Absolutely, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. You can't. I mean, you can't relocate without finances.
And we
No,
can focus on retirees, you said.
of course, I think retirees is the big focus, the major focus, because like I said, we're about to come into a major wealth transfer. A lot of boomers are retiring. A lot of Gen X coming up on retirement as well. A lot of them had a significant portion of U.S. assets, homes that they're liquidating because they're not staying in them houses for forever, right? Hell, a lot of them are not even passing it down to their family members. So a lot of them are liquidating, and a lot of seniors also. They downsize once the children, maybe grandchildren, out the house, and they don't have those responsibilities anymore. So they're going to be looking for places that they can stretch their money, because the United States is not that place anymore. United States is not. It's not built for retirement anymore. It's not built for retirement. Whether we're talking about medical expenses, whether we're talking about
Are you just saying the U.S. is not built for it, or the West period is not built for that?
I'd say the
West.
It depends. It depends. Mexico is in the West.
Okay, got it.
I mean, it's in the Western Hemisphere, but a lot of people utilize Mexico as that escape,
Right.
because it is close to United States, borders the United States.
But U.S., Canada, Europe is not going
U.S.,
to be.
Canada. Well, it depends on where we're talking about in Europe.
Okay.
So even
Most of Europe is not
even
gonna-
Europe, you have to break down into segments.
Okay.
Because like the UK, for instance, UK is expensive, right? France is expensive, right? Now, once you start heading out Eastern Europe, we start talking about places like Poland. We start talking about places like Turkey. We start talking about
Just spoke with somebody in Turkey as well, real estate developer.
okay, but out east, yeah, you get more bang for your buck. Romania, right? You get more bang for your buck out there. So, yeah, the West is pretty much expensive for the normal everyday person. And if you're talking about retirees, it doesn't make sense. A lot of people here's my thing. A lot of people are choosing Europe, but it's like you're leaving one storm and you heading into another storm. The way Europe is set up right now, the way that a lot of stuff that they got going on, high taxes and all that stuff, the rising cost of living, Europe is probably as fucked as the United States is. So, I mean, definitely Western Europe for sure. But then when you start going out Eastern Europe, and maybe countries that are not linked to the European Union and NATO, I think that's where you start to see more, I guess a bit more financial freedom, I would say. A little bit more leeway with your money. But if you're talking about, I mean, Spain is cool. But it's at the end of the day, it's going to come down to people's individual preference. It's going to come down to people's financial ability, right? So, but I would say definitely the West is fucked. United States, Canada, fucked. I mean, hell, a lot of Canadians are out here. Cabarete has a bunch of Canadians out there. So Canada is definitely expensive.
More expensive than the U.S.
High taxes as well. And what else? I mean, Mexico's definitely that. Mexico, 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 Latin America, and the Caribbean may be top choices for people who are leaving the United States and Canada. So, and then depending on what we're talking about, like I said, it depends on their financial, uh, the finances, their financial situation, will be able to tell us what they can or cannot do. Because you got people who got enough money to go ahead and get one of these Caribbean passports straight off the bat. So you got places like St. Kitts. You got places like dang, it's slipping my tongue. Dang, there's a few in the Caribbean. There's a few in the Caribbean that you can just straight up buy the passport essentially. A donation, $250,000 plus investment into the country. You get a passport within 3 to 6 months, which European Union is trying to put a stop to it. Because I mean, that's a whole political situation, but they're trying to remove them. They're trying to remove some of the Caribbean nations that do that from traveling visa free into Europe because of that reason. And what else? What else would you say that we should be focused on or highlighting, what have you? And I guess we could talk about Dominican Republic for a brief amount of time. I think Dominican Republic definitely is at least for now, is a place that many retirees will be looking into. Would you say?
Yes, I would say.
Okay. Because somebody who's downsizing from a $500,000 property to $1 million, and they see something of the same standard for around a quarter or 300,000, they can get in where they fit in there. Definitely. And then depending on where they want to be, but I think for retirees, they definitely would be probably looking for, I don't know, what would you say? Would a retiree be looking to be in the city, or would they be looking to stay somewhere, I don't know, away from the noise? But then that comes with its own trade-offs, depending on where you are.
It does. It does. So I would definitely say that for retirees, you're saying as far as where to live here in the DR?
All right.
I mean, I definitely think Punta Cana.
Oh, Punta Cana, but they're gonna pay some high-ass electric.
They're going to pay higher for that, but I think that when it comes to retirees, they are less adventurous. They want the stability. They want things that are going to be most like to what they're used to. And I think that Punta Cana, as far as development-wise, as far as the amenities that they get there, as far as the build, the construction, the planned communities, things of that nature, I think it's going to cater to them. I think them being around more people who speak English, them not trying to figure out a different language, they are not at that age anymore where they have the patience to go through that type of transition. They want to be able to make their money go as far as possible while being able to live in a beautiful environment and keep as much similarity to where they're coming from as possible. So if they have to pay a little bit more for that, I think retirees will do that.
I wonder if some of these real estate agents got data. Like, who's coming in? Like, who's buying the properties? Like, I wonder if they got data on that, because people are buying. Clearly, I mean, they're building like hell. So I wonder if a lot of realtors have info who is coming back. We know a lot of Dominican Americans are coming back. But are they the ones who are buying property, or are they just coming back? His family's already here. It's easy setup. They can easily set up shop, so on and so forth. I'm just wondering, like, is it American? Well, we know Americans have a substantial amount of base here. We know the Europeans are here too. So, but I'm just wondering, like, who's the primary? What is the age range? And I'm sure the age range can vary, because everybody who's buying property is not exactly relocated.
Right.
Right? They could be setting up. Maybe they retire in 20 years. Maybe they're retiring in 5 years, and they just let me go ahead and buy something while it's available. Let me go ahead and set up. Then by the time it's time for me to retire, then I got a spot right here that's probably appreciated also in value depending on where we're talking about. So I think we definitely need to get more into studying what exactly is going on, and not just in the Dominican Republic, but everywhere. But I definitely think the DR is one of those places with a lower barrier of entry. Definitely, when we start talking about real estate, I think it's a lower barrier of entry in compared to many other countries. But like I said, it depends. Latin America definitely just be that go-to spot. It just makes more logistical sense. So we know a lot of Americans will be looking into that. We know and it depends on who you are. Like if we're talking about Black Americans, they may choose more Caribbean, Latin America. If we're talking about white Americans, they may be choosing Europe. They choose Latin America too, Asia as well. I think a lot of that stuff matters: demographics, age, all of it. So yeah.